The little things. Sometimes they're just so enjoyable. This video is a list of some of the things that, while awesome, didn't quite make it into my top 10. I guess you could call them honorable mentions, but some of them really deserve to have been in the top 10. That said, these are, in absolutely no logical order, 10 little things to like about Guild Wars 2. Armor and weapon appearance.
I am such a badass! Look at my awesome armor! Tremble before my blade!
Oh, look at this. This helmet has way more strength on it.
Oh god.
Well, no more of that crap. In Guild Wars 2, you can switch the appearance of any weapon or armor piece to one you've acquired before. This will allow you to create a character you want, no more looking like everyone else. This is done with a transmutation stone, which will be available in the in-game store and possibly outside. Armor and weapons can also be color dyed. Yes, other games have done this kind of thing before, but aren't you glad Guild Wars 2 is doing it as well? De facto grouping.
Do, grinding away, killing some mobs. Hey, that was my kill. You stole it.
Oh, noob, you should have tagged it.
I'm gonna go someplace where there's no people in a massively multiplayer game.
ArenaNet wants to design a game where people actually want to interact with each other and work together. While you're out adventuring, the more people that are participating in an event, the harder it'll get. When players work together, everyone gets credit and experience for helping out. You don't have to group up, there's no time for that, you have a village to save. Everyone will be rewarded too, so you won't be left with nothing just because there are other people around. Activities. Activities are mini-games that players can participate in. Some of the known activities are things like snowball fights, bar brawls, shooting galleries, and keg basketball. That's right, basketball with kegs. Anyways, there are rewards for these activities, such as rare armor and weapon skins. Acquisition of traits. Traits are modifications that you apply to your character, sort of like the glyph system in WoW, but with much more variety. This is one of the many ways of customizing your profession to your playstyle. However, I'm much more interested in how ArenaNet is implementing their acquisition. Instead of buying them or unlocking them as you level, they are scattered across the world, each with their own challenge that you must complete to acquire them. They are all tailored to your profession. For instance, a warrior would physically train, eat, and drink, whereas an elementalist would read through ancient tomes and discover elemental locations. I'm hoping these challenges will be like those found in action-adventure games like Prototype, where you complete a race or obstacle course. Maybe some of the books that the elementalist finds will be encrypted and be a puzzle that you have to solve. We'll have to see. The downed state. When you run out of health, you go into a downed state, which gives you a new set of abilities. You can throw rocks for a bit of damage or rally your teammates. Some professions have some very unique abilities in the downed state. When you're downed, anyone of any profession can come to your aid and revive you. If you take too long, or if you continue to get beat on, you'll become defeated, where you can't do anything anymore. You can still be revived though. Each time you're downed, it will take longer to revive you, so you'd better not keep standing in the fire. The home instance. You get an entire district of your city to yourself. The home instance is a private area that's unique to you, where characters you've met in your personal story may show up and lend a hand. Your home instance reflects the choices that you've made along the way. You get a house too. Unless you're an Asura, then you get a personal laboratory. You can invite people into your home instance too. Character creation. The character creation engine in Guild Wars 2 is actually a heavily modified version of the Ion creation engine. Ion had an extremely robust customization system, but had some extreme capabilities. Guild Wars 2's customization system doesn't allow for such ridiculous extremes, but it'll still be flexible. Still waiting on ArenaNet to release a demo of the customization system, but we know it'll be flexible. Rewards for exploring. I wish I had more information about this one, but all we know so far is that Guild Wars 2 is going to reward players for exploring the world. I did express concern for the fast travel system in the game where players can instantly travel to a discovered location, but apparently players doing so won't be rewarded for exploration. I like the sounds of this because it gives you the option of going where you need to go quickly, but if you don't want to, you won't feel like you're being suboptimal. I always hated how in games like Oblivion you could travel across its vast world but there'd be no point, you should have just fast traveled. Guild Wars 2 will reward you for this. Immersion and personal story. So, when you start your character, you'll be given a number of role-playing options. Are you dignified, charming, or ferocious? You'll be asked about your social class.
Are you a street rat?
Are you a commoner?
Or are you a member of the nobility?
What was your biggest regret? Missing an opportunity to join the circus? Having a dead sister? Or never knowing your parents? Which goddess or god do you identify with? These choices affect your character's personality as well as your beginning experience. The last choice about your goddess actually affects your racial ability. Along the way, dynamic events and the choices you make all create your story. Now you know what they mean by personalized storyline, eh? An even leveling curve. In other MMOs, each level in theory takes longer than the previous one to get. In Guild Wars 2, the leveling curve is evened out, so each level takes the same amount of time as the last one to get. This ensures that the leveling is paced correctly and never feels too fast or too slow. Well, those were some little things to like about Guild Wars 2. Thanks for watching, this has been Alex Ridiculous.